Proverbs 2, verse 6. For the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth come knowledge and understanding. Verse breakdown. For the Lord gives wisdom, source of wisdom. This phrase reminds us that true, lasting wisdom isn't something we manufacture in our own strength or pluck from a library. It's a gift from the divine, an invitation to align our minds and hearts with the character and purposes of God. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding, means of transmission. Wisdom is not just abstract, it is conveyed. Through scripture, prayer, circumstance, and the gentle guidance of conscience, God speaks, and what he speaks carries both knowledge, facts, principles, insight, and understanding, the ability to apply those truths rightly, making it relevant for today. In an age of information overload and 24/7 news cycles, we have more data at our fingertips than any generation in history. Yet the gap between knowing facts and making wise decisions has never felt wider. Proverbs 2:6 cuts straight to the heart of this dilemma, beyond Google and algorithms. We instinctively search for answers, where to invest, how to manage conflict, what diet to follow, relying on experts, influencers, or trending hashtags. Yet social media algorithms optimize for engagement, not for depth of character or long-term flourishing. When we lean solely on these sources, we wind up more knowledgeable about the latest scandal than about personal growth or moral courage. An anchor for the anxious mind. Research shows that decision fatigue and anxiety skyrocket when we perceive too many options or conflicting recommendations. Proverbs 2:6 invites us to pause and ask, what if I sought wisdom first rather than more options? It reminds us to slow down, tune out the noise, and seek guidance from the one whose perspective spans eternity, granting not just more facts, but the clarity to discern which facts matter. Cultivating empathy and integrity. In workplaces and social circles where winning feels like the only metric, ethical compromises can feel tempting. Wisdom from God's mouth, revealed in the character of Christ and the prophetic witness of Scripture, calls us to integrity, to speak truth even when it's risky, to act with compassion even when it costs, and to choose long-term good over short-term gain. Practical steps to access divine wisdom today. Intentional scripture reading. Rather than skimming headlines, establish a daily rhythm of reading a few verses of Proverbs or the Gospels, texts where wisdom and compassion intersect. Prayerful reflection. After reading, take 2 minutes of silence to ask, what am I missing? Where do I need insight? And listen for that still, small voice. Community accountability. Wisdom often comes from his mouth through other people. Invite a mentor, friend, or small group to speak into your decisions, testing your plans against timeless principles. By acknowledging that every meaningful insight, the courage to stand up for a colleague, the humility to apologize when we're wrong, the patience to listen before reacting, ultimately flows from the one who knows all things, Proverbs 2:6 becomes a living promise rather than a quaint proverb. It reorients us away from frenetic self-reliance and toward a posture of trust, trusting that God's wisdom is sufficient for our every challenge, both today and tomorrow.